Hello, everyone.
Hello. You're gathered here today to celebrate this thing called life.
Dang, what's the rest of the lyrics now?
I don't know. It's been a mighty long time, but I wrote a song about it. Like to hear it?
What's up, everyone? I'm behind, I wouldn't say I'm behind the camera, I'm in front of the camera today.
For the time being.
Yes. And we talked in yesterday's/today's video on our new format. And that's really why we decided to come here and do a little Q&A, a little talking about it to give everyone a little update on what's going on at Full Custom Ian, Roussel's Custom Fabrication, LLC, etc., etc. So I have been thinking a lot about what I wanted to say to not explain myself, but more so let everyone know that supports the channel, that supports us, what is going on behind the scenes, and just have some transparency. I'm going to start at the very beginning, and it's going to be short, I promise. I've been thinking about this. So we started this channel about 3 years ago. Basically, it was kind of in an attempt to get Ian out of doing full custom garage because he was really ready to quit that job. And I also was still working as a nurse and I was completely burnt out. We went to Vegas, we went to the hardware show, met some really inspirational people, a lot of Shark Tank people, remember that?
Yeah, no, they were telling us the news.
And they were just talking about starting your own business, taking these risks. And I was really, really inspired at the hardware show, and Ian was too. And so basically we came back from the hardware show and we decided we were just going to start the YouTube. Even though Ian was still filming with Full Custom Garage, we knew that it was going to be a way to get out of it and still, have the audience, still leverage the audience that he had built up for many years.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to all of you who did the transfer with us.
Absolutely.
I needed to get out of that gig, and we've covered this ground before. There's more.
That gig was literally killing Ian, blood pressure issues, things like that, and just stress. Wasn't great on our marriage, and so we just decided to pull the plug on all that and jump ship. And I had a few mentors, people that had kind of helped me start the channel and things like that behind the scenes. And I went into it full. I quit my job in Vegas. Like I called up and I was like, I quit my job. I'm not coming back. And we just fully went in. We had remember my little pink MacBook?
Right.
That it was like
way understaffed regarding our
my
equipment.
Old phone. I didn't even know what a gimbal really was. So I really threw myself into the channel wholeheartedly. We lived way out in the desert. It was kind of post-COVID. Things weren't really going on at the time. Post-COVID, and it was just like a really weird time in our lives. And we just wanted to get out of our respective jobs, honestly. So I think now we're in our 4th year. So like in February, it'll be 4 years. So which is crazy to think. But I have done so much work behind the scenes to get this channel up and running. And Ian has done so much work behind the scenes to get this channel up and running. He can't just come up with an idea. He has to come up with the idea and then think about how to execute the idea. Right?
Yeah. It's the same thing we were doing with Full Custom Garage in that there is a million times more that goes on outside the screen you're watching. So, yeah.
Yeah. With that being said, the channel has grown amazingly, and it's because of all of you that are sitting here taking the time to watch this today. I believe time is such a valuable thing when you give it to someone. I feel like giving someone your time is a gift. So every time you guys watch, you comment, you like, to me, that's a gift, right? So you guys are showing us love, and then in return, we try to show you guys love. Shout outs when you guys email. We have our Facebook group. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to grow the community. So that being said, it started to take a toll on me, to be very honest. When we lived in the desert, I didn't really have much else to do out there. So it was kind of easy to just focus on it. But now since we've moved, before Ian, I was a very active person. I go to the gym, yoga. I had friends when I lived in Seattle, and then moved to California, moved to the middle of the desert, this beautiful man. And now I'm just kind of to the point where I want to not be in the shop so much with Ian. Because how do you want to describe, or how would you want to explain this shift?
Well, it goes back to full custom garage and my stress with it. And, Jamie and I have discussed this, and that's why we're talking to y'all about it. The performance thing is stressing me the F out.
Mm-hmm.
Song and dance, cameras rolling, gotta work. So, yeah, this new idea with just me, it's my private diary, right?
Basically a vlog, yeah.
Vlog. So, yeah. We'll see if it's easier. We're trying it.
How do you feel so far?
I like it.
And we're working out a lot of the bugs with like the cameras. We're talking about getting more up close camera angles. But again, just like when we started the channel, for me, it was a complete learning curve. I had to teach myself how to edit using YouTube. So Ian is teaching himself basically some different camera angles, how to, film the footage in the shop so that it makes sense and it looks good. So he's not going to have multiple cameras. We're talking about it, but if we do, it's going to be like 2.
Sure, and especially with the close-ups, because that's the one thing I noticed in the past couple of videos that it is lacking. And that was what we discussed, your nurse intuition. You would follow, you would focus, and then ask a question that was poignant, and all that's not here. So
yeah. So we are working on that, so stick with us with that. And the other reason why I want to sit back is, honestly, I do not like being in the public eye. It's really hard for me. I suffer from pretty severe imposter syndrome. And it's just hard for me. Ian's very used to it, but I'm not going to say that I'm stepping back because of comments, but it's kind of everything. I do know that some people just want to watch a guy work in a shop, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. But I'm the kind of person that if I'm not feeling comfortable in a certain community or an environment, I kind of pull myself away and out of it for my own mental health, for my own sanity, because I tend to ruminate on things. This is why the channel has done so well and has grown so well, is because I ruminate. I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah, as I mentioned, what you're seeing on the screen is a small portion of what happens.
Yeah. So really that's what it comes down to. So that's why you're seeing the difference in the format. The format will get better. We're definitely talking about doing a mixture of me still coming in and videoing occasionally.
Like we're going to do today.
Yeah. And the cameo was really fun. That was yesterday's video. I just was like, I'm just going to go see Ian at the shop. And I felt a little bad breaking in on your flow.
Worked out for the better, because that was a pretty boring episode.
It's really good, though. The watch time is up.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. In the back of the channel, and I know you guys watch other channels where, the creators describe what goes on, but there's like a lot of work as far as like looking at the data. So I look at watch times, I look at, how many views, how long you all watch. It's just a lot of work that goes into it. And to be very honest, we don't do videos based on if we see interest waning. We used to kind of talk about doing that, but so I make it a little teary. I promised Gene before he passed away. We saw him not too long before he died. And I told him, because he was one of the main supporters of this channel when we started it. He was super encouraging.
Yeah.
He let me do that interview with him at his house. Like, he showed me, he like basically rolled out the red carpet for custom culture to me. And he was just such a wonderful man, such a wonderful friend to Ian and to myself. And I promised him, I said, we are not going to let this culture die. And so part of the reason why we do the videos that we do, where it seems like they kind of go on and on and on, that's custom building.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we just wanted to keep that culture alive. So also too, with your vlogs, that's why Ian's just vlogging. Like whatever he's doing in the shop that day, that's what he's doing. He wants to eventually get all these projects done, but with Full Custom Garage, he was in such a hurry and up against such a pressed timeline for years. Now this affords him time to
do more finished work. Just like you see, we revised the Zephyr rear end 3 times, and it's for the better. And that's how I've always worked before the show. So yeah, trying to get back to that.
Yeah. So he's trying to get back to his roots. We're still trying to document customs, exactly how they are built, even the boring parts. I know some people like to omit the boring parts, but to me, that's like the most important stuff, because that's your structure. That's the underneath. That's the thing that's going to make the car drive, whatever. And we just show it all, because it's not all glamorous. It's not all super fun. I tend to get a little bored when I'm filming Ian.
But also, one thing I mentioned in where we're going to do a video about the new welder, one point I want to make is my 15-year-old self had no concept of what it took to operate this welder. And that is one of the boring parts of any video. And that's what we're going to cover. All of these, mundane details that, I never had the opportunity to ask anyone. I did not have a mentor as a car builder or as a metal fabricator. So, yeah.
Right. And that's what we promised Gene, that we were just going to show it all and just show it all. And he was, totally for it. Yeah. So
because he spent his life teaching, and that's really where I want to go as well.
Yeah. And he was a great support of watching our videos. And like even the video that we did with Victor, Gene would have wanted us to do that video, like about his car. Like he loved talking about cars and his work and all of that stuff. Just because I'm going to be stepping back doesn't mean that I'm not going to be here. You guys are still going to see me. We're thinking about maybe doing the occasional lives. I'll be doing cameos, stepping in, just seeing what Ian's up to during the day when I'm in town visiting my mom, doing the things that I am going to be doing in the background.
Part of the reason we did, come down to this small square footage of a shop, we moved our home, we moved our shop twice, simply because we're looking for the best fit. And right now, for me, this shop is the best fit for our relationship. Stepping out of the shop so much is going to be our best fit.
Yeah,
and I think
definitely.
The videos are going to, we're in a transitional point. We moved out of our home less than a year ago. Mm-hmm. And it's been a whirlwind of events. No wonder we haven't finished any cars. So.
That's a big move.
Yesterday, we spent half the episode fixing damage from moving the cars.
Moving the car, yeah.
That's where we're at.
And me being more behind the scenes, I will be more in the community commenting back. If you guys are emailing me or emailing us, I'll be able to respond. That's something that is very frustrating to me, is that I can't get in the comments as much and respond to you guys, that I can't email. I have a backlog of emails from a few months. And, that's part of running the business. So I'm definitely going to still be a huge part. So leave me a comment. Hey, Jamie, I really appreciate reading those comments. All of your comments that are supportive, literally warm my heart. And it's what keeps me going in this, because like I said, I am pretty shy, especially in front of the camera. You should see how much I fretted just to do this little video, and Ian's so patient with me.
And I just sat there ready.
He's ready to go.
Take me as I am.
Well, you said I don't give a rat's bleep.
There's that.
So that's all that's going on here. So nothing's really changing other than the format. I'm just stepping back a little bit. And now you guys know the reason.
Just like when we moved too, and I was a little bit rude about when we moved because there was so many questions. So we're trying to not be rude with so many questions. An honest response.
Well, but the moving thing was that was his own thing that he really wanted to do, because I'm not the type of partner where I'm like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to move here, do this. I was like, you need to go be happy and find the place that makes you happy.
Yeah, it was too much shop for us. It was just too big.
So he moved into he found the shop. I didn't even see the shop until after he was moved in. And we love it here. He loves it. It's a cool place. Definitely a better fit for us. So Again, just wanted to thank everyone for being so supportive, being patient with us as we've transitioned this past year. You know, to be honest, a few years ago, we thought the desert was our forever home. And, you know, those of you that have experienced it where you have to move and you don't have a choice, we did not really have a choice. We had to move out of the desert, unfortunately. So we're just making the best of it. And Ian and I, you know, working together and being married, it's been quite the year. And so now I'm ready to step back and just take a little time for myself, considering going back and finishing my graduate degree. Before I married Ian, my son was living with me. I was a single mom, you know, with a teenage son, trying to go to college, working full time as a hospice nurse. And so I stopped going to college. And now he's grown up and doing well. And there's just some things that I still have left unfinished from my prior life. So with Ian being able to record and me editing and just being in the community, I'll just have a lot more room to satisfy my soul.
Yeah. No, we talk about that between us a lot because we got married relatively spur of the moment. Jamie uprooted her entire life, moved to the middle of nowhere, and then COVID for 2 years. And then I quit my job. She's considering her career. So we jump into this YouTube thing, and then we move our house and our business twice. And it's, trying to tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah. So we're finding our flow. And I think with this new format, you know, adding to the channel, also we'll be able to do more uploads because Ian can come to the work in the morning and do the whole thing and then bring it home. I can edit it a lot quicker.
Yeah, these past 2 episodes with the shocks and the VW, it was nice because I come in, do the work, go back home. I'm learning a bit of the editing, so I kind of preload it, set it up for the song and dance and the music and all the fun stuff.
And I'm not going to change the music. I love the music. I don't care what nobody says. And also, too, I love the intros. I love our intro. I love our outro. That supports artists. So again, custom culture, right? We all support one another in our art to bring all of this to life. It's not just one person, you know, just bringing it to life. So even the art, the music, artists get paid for all of that.
Yeah.
So,
and also right down to the equipment we're using. I mean, we have so many donations. It's like it's all happening because of this group effort. And it's incredible.
It's a collective.
Got a welder, I got grinding discs, I got sawzall blades, we got artwork, we got high muffs, we got everything.
We got all this stuff.
It's awesome. So. That's what is all adding up to, just tightening it up, trying to make a better production.
Yeah. So to all of you that love me and support me, thank you. To those of you that have not nice things to say to me, you would not say that to my face. I can almost guarantee. Because even if you did, I'm the type of person that I would probably laugh, right? And then just be like, anyway, and be like, why are you being such a jerk?
Yeah.
You know?
It's an interesting world, this YouTube, but we're going to persevere. We're still doing it.
We're still doing it. We're not going anywhere. We're just trying to find a way to make it the most sustainable so that I can have a little bit of a life outside of it. I like going to the gym. I used to be a gym rat. So finding my way back into that and, you know, just some other things that I used to do, finding a new community where we live and just the whole thing. And it's hard when you're full-time content creator. Any questions? Leave them in the comments. And again, we appreciate every single one of you for taking the time to watch this, to comment, to like I said, watching our production, you are giving us the gift of time, and we are so appreciative of that. As long as you keep on giving us your time, we are going to continue to give you our time and create content that is fun, that's engaging, educational.
That's the effort here, is to make our channel more better every time.
Yeah. So anyway.
I hear the train. It's coming in.
Right. All right.
Gotta go. Got a train to catch.
Peace out.